In this video, we're going to cover a few of the newer nodes in Rhythm. They've been in there for a little while regarding string manipulation. If you don't know, Rhythm comes in a couple of different varieties. Rhythm primarily works in Revit, but it does come with a core set of nodes that works in Dynamo Sandbox and other Dynamo environments like Civil 3D and Alias and whatever else Dynamo can load into. I'm currently in a sandbox version, so we'll just take a look at these core nodes, so check it out. As mentioned, Rhythm comes with a set of core nodes. In this case, we're going to be looking at the nodes available in the numbers category and the string category. There are a bunch of manipulators to be able to modify strings to be several different ways. So the first set would be for converting headings. This would be the 2-heading and 2-heading arrow options. If we input a number object and we change the value, it will start to give you the heading values. So in this case, I have southeast, and then I see the arrow as well. If I were to put a true value into full heading, it will actually spell it out. So this is a really cool way of using these values to actually put common language right into parameters within Revit. One thing I do want to point out is all of these nodes are made possible with a package called Humanizer. This is a .NET package available. It is open source, and these nodes wouldn't be possible without it. So big shout out to Humanizer for this. If you do any kind of development, you can absolutely use this package for your own needs. I came across it for a plugin that I was working on, and I thought, hey, that'd be great for Dynamo nodes. So in addition to the heading conversion, we can actually convert numbers as well. So if we were to have 1 to 10, we can get the ordinal words, so 1st through 10th, Roman numerals if you really want, and words. By default, it uses the locale of your machine. So depending on your machine's locale, it will use that. You can override it based on the values available at the link, but for the most part, you can leave that part blank and it will just work. In a future update, this is going to also have the ordinal words without the full word. So it'd be the number first, so it'd look something like this. So in a future update, I'll have that embedded in there as well. Another one that's popular is text modifiers for removing spaces. So in code, a lot of the time we'll use things called camel case or Pascal case or anything like that. And just to reiterate, if I put a code block, this is camel case. And that's generally how I'll name variables within Dynamo or code. A lot of people mistakenly call this one camel case, and this is actually a format called Pascal case. So when it starts with a capital letter, it's Pascal. When it's lowercase letter at the beginning, it's camel. Weird thing, but that's an option in here as well. So we can convert a sentence into camel case, add dashes if you want. This is also known as kebab case because it looks like a shish kebab. You can convert it to Pascal case or add underscores. In addition to the conversion, there is a node in here to quote humanize the string back to something that's human readable, so you can remove all that formatting that's in there as well. This is really nice if you're converting parameters. One of my favorite sections is the quantity conversion. So under string modify, we have a whole bunch of options, but we have some options in here to convert to quantities. I've used this to give user feedback in a Revit file based on a category name and the number of things in that category. So we have pluralize and singularize that just always try to convert it to a certain value. But we also have this 2 quantity version. So if I were to change that to 1, it would say 1 monster truck, 3 monster trucks, 12. So it's really cool because it's smart in that way that it knows what to do. If I were to change this to something a little more difficult like ox, it will know that it's 1 ox and 12 oxen. A fun one that Zach Cron brought up was octopus. So it does know that it's octopi. So pretty fun. This one also uses your locale based on your machine, so it should format correctly. Another one that I haven't used as much, I've used it in Bang, which is a custom package that I also maintain for Dynamo. I'll include a link below for it. It allows you to truncate a string. So truncation allows us to add dots at the end to indicate that there's more going on. You'll see this a lot on blog posts and things like that where they have dots to tell you that there's more to read. In Bang specifically, I used it for the drop down to not get really long. So you can specify a length. So if I specify 5, it will replace the rest with that truncation string. And there's a default value in there of 3 dots. You can change this to whatever you want. If you wanted to do $3 and put that in, that's what it'd replace it with. So kind of interesting. Like I said, I've only really used that for the drop downs in Bang, but beyond that, it could be useful for things, I suppose. Probably my favorite portion of these nodes is the ability to format strings. So in code, I use this all the time. You basically can type out a string or a series of text, put in curly braces with a index that will get replaced. So in this case, I have a string mapped out with some indices that I want to replace, and I'm able to format those. So in the case of this node, this 0 right here will get replaced with this 0, and 1 will get replaced with 1, and 2 will get replaced with 2. A little bonus here is this 0 also gets replaced with this 0. So a really cool way to format things within Dynamo. So you can create really great ways to respond to users and give feedback with watch nodes in this way. So I really like it for that. If I were to change this, we'll see that update as well in this watch node. So if you were to make this an output for Dynamo Player, you can start to give your user some feedback based on what happened. A little bit of a bonus for that string formatting is if we only have one index defined, that would be the only argument we need. But if we change the lacing to longest and input a whole series of items, we will see those actually concatenate for us. So this is a really, really cool way of using this as well to be able to generate a whole bunch of results. All these are in Rhythm. They've been in there for a while. Specifically, I have the latest version, I believe. So if we were to go to Dynamo, Preferences, Package Manager installed, Rhythm's on 2021.1.1. So I'm even on an older version than the most current. So yeah, a whole bunch of nodes available in the core version of Rhythm. I also want to show the Rhythm install folder. So let's do that real quick. Yeah, so by default, Rhythm comes with Rhythm Revit, and then it comes with Rhythm Core. Specifically, Rhythm Core starts with the C for core, so it gets loaded before Revit. So all that happens is this gets hit before Revit ever tries to load on the core version. So this does work in Civil 3D, which is pretty cool. I believe it works with Formit, and it's just really cool to be able to use these nodes in that manner. They also load in the Revit version, of course, but Rhythm crosses a few different boundaries now, which is pretty neat. And it should work from 2.0 all the way up to whatever the current one is. I'm in 2.12 in this example. So yeah, check out those nodes, have fun with them, and see what all you can make with these stringy things in Dynamo with Rhythm. Thanks for checking it out.